Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're jumping right into the fascinating world of Home Feng Shui. We're going to explore some of the traditional wisdom and taboos, going room by room to see how even small tweaks in your space could bring a whole lot more harmony and flow into your life. So let's get right to it.
Wow, does that sound familiar to anyone? I mean, this quote really cuts to the core of why so many of us get curious about Feng Shui in the first place. It's for those times when it feels like you're just stuck. The whole idea here is that by taking a good look at our home, we might just be able to smooth out some of those rough patches and invite some better energy in.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the most public part of your home, the living room. From there, we'll move to the spiritual heart, the altar, and we'll finish up in that super personal space, the bedroom. It's a tour through the three most important energy centers of your house.
First up, the living room. Now in Feng Shui, this is so much more than just a place to watch TV. It's considered the core of your home's entire energy field. Seriously, it's believed to influence everything from your career and your finances to the overall vibe in your family. So you can see why getting this space right is a really, really big deal.
If there's one guiding principle you need to know for your whole home, it's this: Ming Ting An Shi. It literally translates to bright hall, dark room. All it means is that your public areas, like the living room, should be bright, open, and buzzing with positive energy. Meanwhile, your private spaces, like the bedroom, should be softer, calmer, and more restful.
And that principle applies directly to a couple of key things. First, light. You want your living room to be flooded with it. A bright space is said to fuel a prosperous family, while a dark, glooming one can block that flow. Second is stability, and we're talking about your floor. It needs to be solid and flat. Uneven floors or split levels in the main living area are thought to create a rocky and unstable path in life. So the big takeaway here, keep it bright and keep it level.
Your layout can be full of little landmines. For instance, if your front door opens right into the dining room, it's said to encourage overindulgence. If it faces a bathroom, it's like your wealth is literally going down the drain. And a big one to watch out for is called Chuan Tang. That's when your front and back doors are in a straight line, good energy or qi just rushes in and right back out again. But hey, the fix can be super simple. Just putting up a screen or a cabinet can slow that energy down and keep the good fortune inside.
Okay, let's talk decor, because your choices here really matter. You know that giant fish tank you're eyeing? It might actually destabilize your luck. And fake flowers? They can attract, well, fake people and insincere energy into your life. So-called yin photos, like nudes, can supposedly harm your career qi. Oh, and here's a big one. Be careful with art of fierce animals. A painting of a tiger should always face out of your house, like a guardian. If it's facing in, that powerful, aggressive energy is pointed right at your family. Yikes!
All right, let's shift gears now from the social hub to the spiritual anchor of your home, the altar. Now, our source material makes it clear that having an altar isn't just about religion. A well-placed, well-respected altar is believed to fundamentally shift your family's luck, creating a powerful sense of stability and connection to good fortune.
So, what exactly is a home altar in this context? Well, you can think of it as the intersection of yin and yang, a kind of hotline between our physical world and the divine. And because of that, how you treat your altar, whether it's clean, respected, and cared for, is seen as a direct mirror of your family's own spiritual health and character. When it comes to the altar, placement is absolutely everything. First, it needs a solid wall behind it for support. It has to be in a calm, stable spot, not a chaotic hallway where people are rushing past. And you definitely don't want a bathroom directly behind that wall. It's considered impure. These rules are all designed to help the altar do its job, which is to gather positive energy, a concept known as Kung Feng Ju Qi.
Now here's a really fascinating detail that you might not know. The number of deities on your altar actually matters. See, in this philosophy, odd numbers are considered yang. They represent growth, life, and positive expansion. Even numbers are yin, which represent stillness and even stagnation. So you always want to have an odd number of deities, like 1, 3, or 5, to keep that vibrant, growing energy active.
Just a few more quick but super important points on this. Never, ever place an altar directly under a structural beam. It should always be well lit, often with what's called a long life lamp that's kept on. Keep ancestor photos separate, don't hang them right beside it, and there's a specific order to things. Deities always go on the left side and ancestor tablets go on the right. It's all about maintaining a respectful spiritual order.
All right, on to our final stop on this tour, the bedroom. This is your sanctuary, your most private space.
The energy in here has a huge impact on your health, your relationships, and your ability to just rest and recharge. The source also points out that its energy is especially important for the female head of the household.
So, remember that bright hall, dark room principle? Well, here's where the dark room part really shines. Unlike your living room, you don't want the bedroom to be blindingly bright. It needs softer, more romantic lighting to create a calm atmosphere. And size matters too. A bedroom that's bigger than the living room is a no-no. It can create an imbalance where your private life starts to overshadow everything else.
Okay, I want you to think about your own bedroom for a second and ask yourself this critical question. Does your headboard have a solid backing? The Chinese word for backing, kao, also means support. And that's no accident. This is one of the most important concepts in bedroom feng shui.
So your bed absolutely, positively needs to be against a solid wall. This symbolizes having support in all areas of your life, your job, your relationships, you name it. If your bed is just kind of floating in the middle of the room, or if the headboard is up against a window, it's said to create a feeling of instability and can lead to restless sleep. And just like with the altar, avoid having a beam running directly over your bed. That creates a sense of pressure that can affect your health.
What you keep out of the bedroom is just as important as what's in it. Mirrors facing the bed are a classic feng shui taboo. They're believed to invite a third party into a relationship. You also want to keep religious items or any art that feels heavy or sad out of the space. Even photos of other people can disrupt the couple's energy. And yep, just like in the living room, keep the fish tanks and fake flowers out to maintain that pure, serene, and sincere vibe.
So as we wrap things up here, let's just boil it all down. When you look at the big picture, the core ideas are actually pretty simple and intuitive, right? First, keep your home tidy so energy can move freely. Second, make sure the lighting is right for the room's job. Remember, bright hall, dark room. Third, create a sense of stability with solid backings and level floors. And finally, just be mindful and intentional about every single thing you choose to bring into your space.
And that pretty much brings us to the end. I want to leave you with this one final thought to take with you. After hearing all of this, what's one small, easy change you could make in your own home, maybe even today, to invite in just a little more harmony and a little better flow? Thanks so much for joining me.